Hello, on this bumpy 50-point inspection from Hobbs Brewing Company out of Ossipee, New Hampshire, and they have a tavern in West Ossipee, New Hampshire as well. I have Wizard of Hobbs. This is a bourbon barrel aged imperial stout, comes in at 11% ABV. It says courage, heart, and brains, lions and tigers and bears, one good witch, one bad witch, a bunch of flying monkeys, some ruby slippers. Put them together in a bourbon barrel for 6 months, and you have a sweet, smooth, chocolatey stout. There's no place like Hobbs. I've had some various Hobbs brews throughout the years. Most of them are pretty decent beers. I've recently started seeing some of their bigger barrel-aged beers out there. I've had a bottle of they have like a barley wine. Had a couple like barley wines, an imperial stout of another sort. I think they had it like in a like a rum barrel or a rye whiskey barrel or something like that. But here we have a bourbon barrel aged one in a can. This came with two cans to the pack, and it was about $17 for it was like $16.99 for 2 cans. So let's hope that this one is great. Trying to read the date. I don't know. It looks like it just says 12/21. So maybe they just brewed it in December, but there's no like day exactly. But how far are we into December so far? Not very far. So pretty fresh from what I'm gathering. Let's go ahead and open this and start this inspection. All right, so opening that, it definitely it sprayed me a bit, and pours with this lovely, tight, very rich, chocolatey head. Built quite the head on this. There's some fuzz in my glass. That's the can art. And let's get some aromas. Yes, so lots of chocolate notes. This one kind of smells like chocolate milk, with tons of quick chocolate mixed in. Say, picking up some of the, my nose is tickling me, damn it. Some of the like plum, the dark purple type fruits, so a bit plummy underneath that chocolate. Maybe a little bit of vanilla mixed in with the chocolate, but as far as like a bourbon really goes, not really picking up on much of the barrel. There's a slight bourbony smell, but yeah, not much of the actual barrel. Not a lot of oak or anything like that. Maybe a little bit of an underlying roast character. Very, very faint. Mostly chocolate and that kind of plum note. A bit of a bourbon-esque smell without being all oaky like. Alright, let's dive into this one now. Cheers. Medium body, lower side carbonation. This one has a very smooth, silky feel to the mouth. I've got to get past the bitterness here now at the finish. Try to talk about this from the get-go. There is some chocolatey notes right up front. I'd say like chocolate, you're kind of getting that dark fruit, that plum-like flavor right after the chocolate. Then this one kind of near the tail end of the palate there really starts to pick up some acrid type notes, a bit of a char. Quite bitter, this one is. That bitterness just lingers on. Kind of an earthy tone bitterness, but mixing in with a lot of like acrid, like carbon type flavor notes. The finish on this, I am not enjoying. Yeah, it's kind of got that sweetness up front. It's up front, and flavors are good. The finish is bad. Yeah, chocolate, plum, sweet. Then acrid, burnt, charcoal, bitter, earthy toned. 11% ABV, I would say. Not really picking up on any real alcohol notes, and it's not warming either. Going down. All right, I gotta give a score to this. All right, so for the appearance, I'll give this one the 6 out of 6. It definitely deserves that. Fantastic looking brew, imperial bourbon barrel aged stout. The aromatics on it, fairly good. I liked the malt notes that were coming through. The hops weren't interfering at all. They were just there, playing their part. Whatever they're doing in the aromas, they weren't interfering though. The other being that bourbon barrel aging. Like I said, I didn't get like any real oak type notes. A slight bit of something that reminded me of bourbon a little bit, but not anything that's was really standing out. So for the aromatics, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. For the flavors, the malts up front are doing a really decent job. I like the beginning of this beer. Hating the bittering effect with the hops, and also the way that the malts kind of finish the beer. It sucks. The balance on it's a bit off. It's way too bitter. I think that the sweetness up front could have gone all the way through and been fine. It wasn't ever cloyingly sweet. It's just way too ashen, acrid, burnt, and just harsh, earthy tone bitterness on top of all that. Carbonation worked well with the lower side carbonation lending to the body, the way that the mouthfeel was. Aftertaste, like I said, is horrible. So, flavor score, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 19. For the body, thought the body was appropriate. Good medium body. A fuller body would have been even better. But the way that it was nice and silky smooth on the mouthfeel, this medium body was fine. 5 out of 5. My overall for this one, it's a good starting beer, bad on the finish. I got one more can left. I'm glad that this was only two cans to this pack, because damn it, if I had 3 more, whew, I don't know. I'm at a 4 out of 10 for my overall. So, for the Wizard of Hobbs from Hobbs Brewing Company, it's going to get a BuMpY 32 out of 50, which is going to land it as drinkable. It's drinkable. It's what it is. Anyways, cheers. Thank you for watching.